Hi guys, Lord Dobbs, who is one of the strongest voices for refugees and human rights in the House of Lords, challenged a government minister over the painting over of murals at an immigration centre in Kent, which appeared in the news recently but seems to have taken place back in April. Robert Jenrick, the Home Office minister, it's believed, ordered the painting over of cartoon characters which had been there to provide a welcoming atmosphere for children arriving in the UK. The minister answering the questions in the House of Lords came up with one of the worst excuses ever. Have a listen to this.
To the arrival centre in Dover, which had cartoons and welcoming signs for children, and which were ordered to be removed by the Home Office minister because it might make the children feel too welcome. Isn't that a disgrace? And isn't it time that government backbenchers felt as embarrassed as we are that this is happening in our country?
The murals that the noble lord refers to were provided by our detention contractors and were not commissioned or approved by the Home Office. It's clearly the correct decision that these facilities have the requisite decoration befitting their purpose.
My lords, our duty.
Oh my God. So it's not our fault, it was the contractors. You know, I know the Tories are all about blaming everyone else when it came to the pandemic, blaming the public when it comes to Brexit, blaming businesses for not being ready or not relying on British workers instead of workers from abroad. It's always somebody else's fault. And I actually thought that they would continue with the line of just denying reality when it came to this issue. Government minister on Sunday, I think on the Sophie Ridge show, was saying, you know, when she was challenged on this, she started talking about something else. Like, oh, well, we need to stop the boats. We need to send a deterrent. When she was pushed, she just distracted once again. So it seems now they have an excuse, and it's somebody else's fault. The contractors. It was the contractors who put up these posters and they hadn't checked with the Home Office first. Or they put up these posters, but they're not following the guidance that we put down as the Home Office. Really? You know, the gasps of incredulity in the House of Lords here were pretty loud for everyone to hear. It's pathetic. Blaming others. Oh, it's the contractor's fault. It's not. We're not evil. We're just following the guidance. We're ensuring the guidance are put in place. I think it's become difficult for members of the Conservative Party and members of the government to continue to push this narrative. They realise, look, this makes us look bad. And people like Priti Patel or Suella Braverman or Jacob Rees-Mogg or Robert Jenrick, they don't care if they appear evil. It's part of their new persona, maybe. They realise, well, the more evil I appear, the more votes I can attract. There are some really horrible people in society, and they would vote for people like me. So I need to push that envelope further and further, become more and more evil. But the general public are not like that, and not everyone in the House of Commons realises that, most in the House of Commons, I should say, realise that you can't go down this road. But they have to defend the government minister. They have to defend government policy. And just distracting and just talking about stopping the boats isn't going to work. So they had to come up with something. And this is what they came up with. Not our fault, it was the contractors. No one believes this. But once again, in the House of Commons or in the House of Lords, you can lie and nothing will be done about it. So he can say, well, it's not our fault, it's the contractors' fault. But he won't name the contractors, and he won't do this in public, because obviously there would be legal consequences, but there aren't in the House of Commons or in the House of Lords. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.